are more sport than martial art. See those pounds melt away with...
Watch out for that branch. Hey, it's a fence. Yippee! Oh, where have I been? What have I been doing? And what's going on now? All of this and more on this episode of...
Wait, that was my favorite show. Turn it back on.
Happy New Year of the Kinoe Fire Horse Goldan fans from your very friendly Tsuchinoe Earth Horse Kyokudo Nanshun. Akemashite omedetou gozaimasu. Kotoshi mo yoroshiku onegai itashimasu. So Goldan fans, it's that time of year again where I announce my New Year's resolutions for Tenpachido However, we all know that I have not been able to keep my resolutions for the past 2 years, thanks to my health. So this year I will not be calling it my resolutions. Instead, I will be calling it my intentions for 2026 and crossing my fingers that I'll be able to follow through. Here we go! First of all, why have I been gone? Well, last year in 2025, I became bedridden due to complications with endometriosis. Guys, endometriosis is no joke. In July, I had laparoscopic surgery to correct the issue that I was enduring, and I'm very happy to say that I am excruciatingly pain-free for the first time in my life. Yay! Now, there was considerable bed rest and such, so that's why I have gained about 10 kilos since after the surgery. That's a big major yuck. Now, I am trying my best to get this weight off because, truthfully, I don't like looking like this. And that's something that I believe about myself. I would rather be more fit. If you're interested in hearing about my endometriosis story, especially if you or a loved one is feeling lost and confused like I was, let me know in the comments below. Depending on the feedback, I may make a series or something of that sort. It is a long, long story. This year, I moved into a new studio and library office space. So this is the library office space. This is where I do all of my editing and researching in this room. When I moved here, I knew that I had a lot of books, but I didn't know that I had so many books. And over here is my research cubby. So this is where my present day research, all the books that I need to read for this are here. I love that. I've never had that before. So I now have a specialized research cubby. So as you can see here, the office space is still in construction, I guess. I'm still working on it. You can see there is things on the floor. I haven't been able to hang them up yet. And this here is, in this box, under all this stuff, is the Kyokudo Nanshun Performance Archive. It's got some trauma in it, so I haven't touched it yet. And, you know, my English teaching days, you need props and stuff. So, yeah, you got Halloween stuff there on the floor. Over here, you know, while I'm working, I like to touch grass. So this is a green carpet. Over here, I have all of my Sakamoto Ryoma inspiration quotes. From Kochi itself. So I thought it would be nice to like hang it in the window and I can look at them while I'm working. As you can see in here, have you guessed it yet? There's no air conditioning in here. So look at my little stove. Isn't it so cute? Yeah, it's winter right now, so it's cold. So this little stove keeps me warm while I am working. Also, I have here this clock. This clock was gifted to me by Dr. Itomi. He gave me this clock, and when I got this clock, it was not moving. I had to go and get it totally refurbished and all the parts taken out and cleaned and oiled up and everything. I don't know what they did. They just fixed the clock. So so now this clock runs in its old style clock. So in these little holes right here, you have to wind the clock. So it takes about 1 or 2 days for it to run down, and this little thing just starts to make like it's gonna stop. So then you have to wind it again, and it's happy again. So because I got this clock from a Dr. Hitomi, this clock is called the Hitomi clock. So you may hear this Hitomi clock in videos if I film in here. So this is the library office space. Now to get to the studio, we have to go this way. So the studio has received quite a construction overhaul in here, which you've seen in shorts, but I'll explain all of that in a different video. But everything is pretty new in this space. You will see that the shoji is the same shoji as in the old studio. The same sakura fubuki is what they call it. Oh, I have an air cone in this room. So the office doesn't have an air cone, but I have an air cone in here. It is running. You may hear it in the audio. Tough because it's a cold place in this studio, so it's going to be on. Also in this room, there's this thing. It's a switch to a fan outside, and this fan helps keep this room from not being, dare I say it, moist. So this is a very important thing right here. This guy right here, yeah, he's very important. So you may hear him on the videos. Pay that no mind because we don't want moist videos. Ew. Up above me, let me see if you can see. Oh, you can see it. There it is. The light is on the ceiling. If you know, you know. It is now there, and it will change colors, which is kind of cool. So you'll see the light. Maybe you won't see the light change colors at all. So you know that's cool and everything. And then over here is the main studio setup. So I'm still decorating, still kind of deciding what I want to put here. But you will see a few treasures here from the old studio. Some things sort of popped up when I was moving out. This safe, it's a byobu. So I got this byobu from Dr. Hitomi, the same person that gave me the clock. And then there's this little box here that's got Sakamoto Ryoma and a dogu in it. Yeah, that's about it in this room. We're gonna have fun in here. I can tell. We're gonna have fun. So what will you see on the channel this year? HCK, Japanese History, Culture, and Kodan, will be making a comeback. The area that I've moved to has a lot of history, very good for content. I've moved to Kobe, which is one of the major ports that was opened in 1868 after the negotiations of the Harris Treaty, or the Treaty of Amnesty and Commerce, between the US and Japan.
Shortly after the port of Kobe was opened, there was a slight skirmish with the foreign settlement in Kobe and a procession of officials from the Bizen clan, the location now in front of a high-class department store. Then there is the Akashi City Cultural Museum, which details the history of Akashi/Hyogo from prehistory to the present day. The Otoshiyama archaeological site, where a Jomon Yayoi village plus a later edition kofun was discovered, and a Yayoi period building was rebuilt. Several historically significant residences like Kinoshita House and Muto House, a Yayoi cemetery that was dug up in a park, the Goshikitsuka Kofun, the largest kofun in Hyogo, a cannon battery built on the orders of Katsukaishu in 1863, and much, 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 much more.
So you may or you may not hear about those places in this year's programming lineup. There is maybe one, maybe two Japanese culture collaborations in the works. I'm always looking to make content on me trying different types of Japanese culture. For example, in my Heian period series, I tried on Juni, Stoe, and Kariginu and played Kaiawase. If you know someone, or if you are someone who would like to introduce your Japanese art, craft, or culture, my contact information is in the description below. Please DM me. How often am I going to upload? I'm going to require a lot of research in order to produce this year's content. I want the history content to be as accurate as possible, and that's going to take time. I am aiming for at least once a month for HCK content, but for cool-down performances, that's going to take a little longer since I am starting from square one with the research. It's going to be a big major project. Which means we will be having cool-down performances again. The Japan and the World Cool-down series was left unfinished, so we're going to be picking up where we left off at the convention of Kanagawa. Your favorite characters, the Ochako, the announcer, and Mr. BG, will all be coming back to run the new virtual Sekite. And you were the one to choose the name of the new virtual Sekite, but before I announce the name and show you the new location, let me tell you how you can support this channel. Since the Bimbogami Mr. BG has taken over our Sekite, our cool-down performances have suffered a lights-out policy. We have to pay Mr. BG in order to keep the lights on in the theater, otherwise he'll just shut them off in the middle of a performance. To appease Mr. BG, we offered coffee memberships at our basement cafe run by the Ochako. So now we have a new cafe, and we offer 2 membership tiers for cool-down performances, the Lights Out tier and the VIP cool-down performance tier. In the Lights Out tier, not only will you receive a shout out during Lights Out performances, but you will satisfy Mr. BG to give you exclusive access to a full ads-free Lights On performance. You will also receive members-only blog posts on whatever I may be cooking up or any history I am currently researching. VIP cool-down performance tier members will get the same perks as Lights Out tier members, but with an added bonus. you will receive a shout out on all long form content that comes out on Tenpachido Studio. You will be announced as VIP members, your names will shine, pika pika, the whole thing. You will also get early ad-free access to all HCK content, as well as lights on cold on performances. And you will get blog updates. So, is there an HCK membership tier? Yes, there is. The lowest tier, the History and Culture tier, is for those who prefer HCK content over cool-down performances. You will receive a shout out on all HCK long-form content, and you will get early ad-free access to all HCK videos. But I just can't make that kind of a commitment. Absolutely no problem. You can buy the channel coffee whenever you want in what we call coffee to go. Your contribution will be announced during a long-form HCK video. I was thinking no commitment, actually. Again, no problem. The decaffeinated coffee option is for you to watch and enjoy Tenpachido Studio content, to give the video a like when you do, including this one, and add in a kind little blurb in the comments just to say hi. If you're new here, please subscribe and hit the bell to receive notifications on all future Tenpachido Studio content. And now the moment you've all been waiting for, announcing welcome to our new virtual sekite, Saigakute. It means house on peaks of the past. Nanshun? What? Why does the audience look like that? They're AI generated? AI generated? Don't worry about it. Look, the real audience is over there. Oh, there you are. Okay. Welcome to Saigakute. This is the theater. Let me show you where the cafe is. It's this way. This is Saigakute Cafe, which also looks AI generated.
That's because it is.
More like Sayakute, am I right?
Chuckle manners.
Sorry. So this is where we will be selling coffee to our guests, whether it be a cafe membership or a coffee to go. Our address is in the description below. Hope to see you soon.
Thank you for coming to Saigakute. We look forward to seeing you at our first performance.
And there you have it, my intentions for 2026. Make sure you like, comment, and share. And if you're new here, please subscribe and hit the bell. Check the description below for all of my links. And thank you to VIP Cool Down Performance member Paul Elphinstone. Now, pick one of these to keep watching Tenpachido Studio content, like the time that I tried on a Kariginu, or the last lights out cool down performance. But that's all I have for today. See you next time.